Kyle is with us in Italy. Hi, Kyle. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, Ms. Ramsey. Pleasure getting the opportunity to talk to you.
You too, sir. What's up?
Thank you. Trying to get my wife on board with going down the baby steps. Since we live in Italy, her idea is we have 6 months left here, and she wants to live it up, continue traveling. And I want to get going on the debt because in 6 months we're going to be getting out, and I'm going to be going to pharmacy school. And I just wanted your advice.
Yeah. Well, YOLO is for children.
I'm sorry?
YOLO is for children.
That's great.
You only live once. Thank God it's Friday. Oh, God, it's Monday. Children do what feels good. Adults devise a plan and follow it. And so I don't care if traveling is your plan. That's okay, as long as we get to go to pharmacy school and we have a plan. But if you guys are deeply in debt and broke and you come out of the military and you move into pharmacy school all because she couldn't say no to her princess self, that's a child. But if she's traveling responsibly and enjoying the fact that you're in the proximity of some of the greatest sites in the world by being in Italy, and she wants to responsibly take advantage of that as a part of your budget while you're achieving your other goals, that's an adult. So I'm not saying the travel makes her a princess. I'm saying how she approaches it and how she looks at it puts the two of you together. It might be that it's worth it for you to lighten up just a little bit and slow down your get out of debt just a little bit on your gazelle intensity, because you have the unique opportunity for a short time in Italy to see some of the world's grandest sites. And you'll look back on it 20 years later and say, back when we were in the military, we saw the Leaning Tower of Pisa, you know, or whatever, right? And so you'll have that opportunity. But on the other hand, you can't spend like you're in Congress and then go into pharmaceutical school broke. So you've just got to balance it out here. And I don't know exactly what's happening here. My guess is I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say, you're a super nerd and you got this tightened down so tight, she can't breathe, and she might not be asking for anything that's that unreasonable. Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I'm the budger. She's the spender. We balance each other out.
Yeah. So I think the two, you might lose a small battle, to use a military metaphor, to win the war.
Okay.
But you just there has to be reasonable boundaries. In other words, what I need from her, if I'm in your shoes, in order for me to loosen up and lighten up on my gazelle intensity, is I need to realize, I need her to say out loud that that she'll put some reasonable boundaries on this, and it's not going to get out of control. I mean, in your head, so sometimes a marriage counselor taught this when I was arguing with my wife years ago. He taught Sharon and me this. He said, sometimes when you're arguing about something, for the item that you're discussing, for you, it's a 9 out of 10. For them, it's a 1. And if you'll talk it through to where you realize all she's wanting is a 1, and you're hearing 9 on spending, then you can get down to that 1 on spending, lose that small battle, win the war of being on the same team. She gets to enjoy the locale as a military wife, and it gets one of the benefits of being in that area, and you get to achieve your overall goals. You might not be as far apart on the actual numbers as it sounds like, because Sharon and I, when we were fighting, we would digress down into just over-exaggerating everything, you know. Like her 1 starts sounding like a 10, and my 9 starts sounding like a 14, you know. And so, you got to look at it, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is this? And if it's a 1, shut up and do it, you know. If it's a 9 she's wanting to spend, then she's going to have to dial it down. And so it can be that it's just your perception and how you're coming at it that you're not hearing each other. That could be. Helped us. We didn't fight as much after that marriage counselor taught us that. Or when we did, it was a better fight, a higher quality fight. It got somewhere with it. So if you're going to fight, you just need to have high quality fights, right? It's a given if you're a hillbilly. You're going to fight. It's a given. Oh, yeah, Sharon's from the hills of East Tennessee. Frying pan throwing, there's an Olympic event. All right, there we go, baby. Too much information on the radio in the first half hour of this hour.